Hey y'all, thank you for tuning into the Broken Knock podcast. I am one of your hosts, Megan DePerna. We are super excited about this episode. This episode is with the guys from Respect the Game TV, and it was so much fun to record. We were still laughing while editing this one. Bear with us if anyone does sound tired or just a little bit slap happy. We recorded this while at Turkey Camp back in May, and we started recording at almost midnight. We finished up about 1:30 in the morning. Everyone was running on very little sleep, but we still had a blast sitting down and getting to know Larry, Ryan, and Paul even better. I just wanted to quickly touch on all of our amazing partners before I let y'all jump into the episode. We were able to spend some time with a lot of them while at Turkey Camp, which was awesome. Ryan Halterman, our amazing salesman at Toyota of Greensburg, hung out for the day with us at Turkey Camp. Toyota of Greensburg has been with us from the very beginning. My whole family drives Toyota. Ken is absolutely loving his new Tundra, by far the best dealership out there. We're so thankful to have their support from the very beginning, so thank you, Brian Moore and Ryan Halterman, for all that you do. Todd from Rupert's Roost and Peace Turkey Calls was our gracious host for Turkey Camp here in Pennsylvania. You won't find a better turkey call than Rupert's Roost and Peace Turkey Calls. Todd puts so much time and dedication behind his products. Anyone that hears his calls for the first time is blown away. We took one of his pot calls up to Total Archery Challenge with us, just playing around with it one day. We're literally calling in people from other booths because it sounded that good. You won't find anyone as passionate about producing the highest quality calls. The guys from Respect the Game TV hail from the outdoor group, which encompasses Elite, Scott, CB, Trick Slick, Ultra Arrows, and more, which we cover some of these brands in the podcast. Awesome products, awesome brands. My Elite Allure never ceases to amaze me as I get more comfortable shooting it. Just a really solid bow. I absolutely love it. Dan from the Outdoor Call Radio app was at Turkey Camp as part of the Respect the Game TV crew as well. He does make some audio appearances in the episode, so definitely stay tuned. But the Outdoor Radio Call app gives you the ability to listen to a variety of outdoor-focused podcasts 24 hours a day. There's literally something for everyone on there, so definitely give it a download. Patriot Pursuit is an awesome organization that is anchored in giving back to the veteran and first responder community through hunt trips and giveaways. Just a really good organization focused on giving back. Head over to their Facebook, give them a follow and link, and check out what giveaways they're doing currently. Apparition Scents, a locally owned scent company that puts some of the highest quality scents out there. This stuff, literally, as soon as it touches the shelves at Creek Archery, it sells out almost immediately. It's that good. And we're coming into the time of the year where it's going to become a little more important, so definitely check it out. Creek Archery is our family-owned archery shop in Ruffsdale, Pennsylvania. I'm not just saying this because it's my family, but you won't find a better customer service and a more welcoming environment than Creek Archery. If you're looking for a shop that's going to take care of you and treat you like one of their own, I highly recommend you stop in. Lastly, Numa Outdoors, hands down, has the best outdoor clothing and gear out there. Their newest line, the Kaza OV line, has some awesome pieces, and they are becoming available to order over the last few days. I just ordered my pair of Prevail pants, which is their new kind of hiking technical pant, and I can't wait to do an unboxing video for you guys. If you were up at Total Archery Challenge, there's a good chance I talked to you about their Pathfinder pants because they're amazing, and I'm even more excited for these Prevail pants to come out. You can head over to numaoutdoors.com, use our code BrokenKnock20 to save some money on your next order. Anyways, I just wanted to make sure I gave thanks to all of our amazing partners. We're so thankful for the opportunity to work with all of them. We also are so appreciative for all of our amazing listeners and followers. We love being able to put out these episodes for all of you to enjoy. We love being able to have a platform to put out some content for you guys to enjoy. So yeah, thank you guys so much. With that, let's get into the episode. Enjoy, guys.
We were like, get low. Get low to the window.
You know, I heard the other day, like my wife was saying something about like her niece was giving her a hard time about you can tell who's a 90s kid or not by the way they dance in the club.
Oh, I believe that.
And they said if you are out there with your hands up to a song,
Yeah.
you're from the 90s. I'm like, I feel offended.
Well, what are you supposed to do with your hands?
Yeah.
Just hit
But
yourself.
apparently, like, you look in the crowd now and you see some guy over there like, yeah, and like, yep,
He's
born
from
in
the
the
90s.
90s.
Yep. Hanging tough. No.
Like, how else are we supposed to let everybody know where the window in the wall is?
Right,
Yes,
exactly.
we are.
Exactly right.
Yeah, we'll have to drag you into this, sitting there in your chair.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a scooter for him?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can hear him.
He'd be like, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Push the life alert button.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I lost the remote. Can I have yours?
Okay.
All right. Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into the Broken Knock podcast. This is episode 5. I'm one of your hosts, Chris DePerna, and I am joined by, again, my lovely oldest daughter, Megan DePerna. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing just wonderful. Also got Mr. Ken Reese along with us here, running the controls. How you doing, Ken?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's been a
Been a
good
night.
day.
It's been a good day.
Yeah, it's been a fun day and still going on. So we are excited about this podcast because we got the crew here that has been at this game for quite a long time, what they do and what they bring to the industry, and it's going to be a fun one. So, yeah, this is going to be a good one here.
I'd like to thank one person.
Okay.
Or actually, 2 more people.
Okay.
3 more people.
We'll let you do
5
that.
more people.
Yeah, so custom bow equipment, Scott Archery, and Slick Drake Broadheads. Broken Knock Podcast. We're here to stay.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
You heard
It's
it
a little bit foamy.
right, right from the horse's mouth.
Yep,
Mr.
there you go.
Larry McCoy.
I figured I'd add those 3 in.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, thank you. Yeah.
I'm glad we talked about that tonight because I'm excited about that, and we're glad to have them on board as well. So great products. Like I told you, I killed biggest deer of my life with a slick trick broadhead and CBE sight on my bow. I think it was the Engage 3.
Yeah, it was the Engage.
Is what I was using. So awesome sights. But we got the guys here from Respect the Game. So we have Mr. Larry McCoy with us. We got Mr. Ryan Heuser with us.
Oh,
No?
oh.
I said it wrong. I'm in trouble.
That's all right.
I should have been listening to Todd.
Yeah, he's been practicing all weekend.
How do we-
Heuser.
Heuser, Ryan Heuser.
Not at all how it looks.
This guy is an absolute magician with a camera. So if you haven't seen any of his work, you need to.
Absolutely.
And right here to my right, we got Mr. Paul Hunter Biggs. How you doing, bud?
Good.
Good.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you guys. We are at, this is what, Police Rod and Gun
Yeah.
Club.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Todd Rupert was gracious enough to bring these guys in for the weekend to hunt and was also gracious enough to invite us up and let us hang out with the guys. And
we got
we got
a
our
special guest.
guy over there in the back,
chair.
Mr. Dan Young. He is part of Respect the Game TV as well, but he doesn't want to join in with us, so that's okay. He just wants to watch.
He's our director.
Yeah.
He's our director back there.
So-
Outdoor Call Radio app. Check him out.
We need to get him a couple of those little lighted wands so he can be like, oh.
Like on the air.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
So, yeah, we're out of the studio tonight, but we're still filming and got a chance to sit here with these guys. So, thank you guys for joining us. We do greatly appreciate it. We appreciate your friendship, appreciate your sponsorship, and yeah, we're excited to do this. So
We appreciate you having us for sure. It's like I said, we've talked about to finally make it come to fruition. It's pretty special. So it's like I said, it's been a great day. What a way to end it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Heck yeah, it has.
absolutely. We're looking forward to a
Phenomenal
good time
way to
here,
end
so. So anyhow, you guys been at this game for a long time, Larry, especially you, and as we do with all of our podcasts, we like to go back to the roots and just see where it all began for you. We know, what Respect the Game is, and we've all watched and seen what you guys are capable of. But it's nice to go back and just see how it all began for you and where you got to this point. So, I guess we could kind of do that with you. That's what we'd like to
For
do.
sure, yeah. Where it all started with me was actually behind the lens, I guess. Early on, it was just really me and my stepbrother. We were just filming hunts for each other just so we can go back and watch them and relive them and all that. And it turned into something we really grew a passion for. And as time evolved, we met a few other people through the industry and started thinking about better ways to produce good content, good solid content, because we were not steady back then. Back when I started, it was like VHS tape, and you're like, man,
Get the whole thing on your shoulder.
This is really cool. This is really cool. And Paul knows
beta
as well.
cams.
Yeah. Oh man, it was rough.
Those days are over.
Yeah, and so just through filming and all that, like I said, we started just filming ourselves, and I ran into a gentleman, Jeff Simpson, at an archery shop, and we started talking about filming hunts and just hunting in general, with bow hunting mainly. And
Right.
the very next day we went turkey hunting, and we filmed a couple bow hunts, and we just got lucky. A couple birds gave us the opportunity, and we struck them both with a bow and documented them. And we're like, man, these look pretty good. And we're like, man, we really want to come up with a way that just kind of shows a really cinematic feel to the hunting side of things, versus just somebody just sitting there kind of talking and telling you what they're about ready to watch.
Right.
And just basically deer walking up or turkey coming in, getting shot, and boom, the show's over. So we really started to work hard at it, and we're thinking about better ways to, for stabilizing the camera, so and everything, just for a better overall production, I
Right.
guess. And pretty soon we're like, man, we're going to start a show, and then we started a show. That show was called Heartland Bowhunter, and it's still in the air today. So with that, through the production side, after the first season, we were like, I think we need to start to build some tree arms. So I was like, man, I don't know if that's a good idea, because I know who's going to be building the tree arms. And literally, we built tree arms for about every major production house out there. Was buying them. The HS, Primos, back in the day.
Oh yeah.
HP Sniper Pro is what it was called, and since then, like I said, Harlan Bowhunter still on the air today. Great show, great production.
It is.
A bunch of great guys as
Yeah,
well.
I always
my
thought
stepbrother's still
growing
on
up
there,
that
so.
was one of the awesome and one of the best shows
Yeah.
on.
And
Like you said, that's cinematic. It told every show I look forward to, because it told a story.
Yeah. So it's and that was the whole point of it all, because we were like, man, we want to kind of produce television or for something to watch, for somebody to watch, and kind of perceive it the way they want to perceive it, not
Right.
just kind of force it down their throat. Hey,
Yeah.
this, or go buy this or whatever. Just a really solid production,
Right.
and to where it's like and kind of what we always talked about was like telling a story without saying a word. If you can do it behind the lens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Right.
people can really perceive it the way they want, and it just evolved for us. So we took that over time. That's actually where I met Paul. Paul was working. He's been in the industry just as long as I have, just on the editing side, and also hunting. And so he was with a show. What was it? Own the Zone, Paul?
Mm-hmm.
Own the Zone, yeah. And so we did some collab stuff together, and we had met, and through my departure with Harlan Bowhunter, it was this is really odd. We were like I was getting on an airplane going to ATA show, and my seat was right next to Paul, and I walked over, I was like,
Chances of that.
yeah, he's like, hey, what are you doing, man? I was like, hey, what are you
It's
doing?
meant
He's
to
like,
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meant to be.
It's love at first sight.
Yeah, he tried to grab my hand, but I was like, oh, dude, hey, all right.
You're gonna eat them peanuts.
No, it was. We were like, I was like, man, what are you doing? He's like, man, I'm going to the ATA show. I said, oh, me too. And I was like, really, who you going there with? He goes, Elite Archery. I was like, really? I was like, so am I. And literally, Paul and I have been working together ever since. We literally were hired the same time with Elite before the
That's
outdoor
cool.
group was formed.
Yeah.
And we didn't even know it at the time. And we found out on an airplane sitting next to each other.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's nuts.
So, yeah, and yeah, we've been there ever since.
Nice.
So
So how many years have you been with him now?
was it 13, 12? 13?
12 for me.
Yeah, it's
So
been 12 years.
Yep.
now.
Okay.
Because, so for those of you that don't know, the outdoor group, it started with Elite Archery, and then the owners of Elite, they just started acquiring other companies and archery-based companies, and it just grew into what's now called the outdoor group.
Right.
And so companies like Elite Archery, Scott Archery, Custom Bow Equipment, Slick Trick Broadheads, Winner's Choice Bowstrings. So that they've got a really solid lineup of good quality brands in their portfolio right now that have grown to be popular within
Yeah.
the industry.
Oh yeah.
They're popular in our shop at Creek Archery. I mean,
Oh.
CBE
Yeah.
sites, we sell a ton of them.
Oh,
Like I
yeah.
was saying, that tactic hybrid
Oh yeah,
for a guy that just wants a good sight but doesn't need all the bells and whistles of the lenses and everything else.
Right.
We go through a lot of them.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
Slick tricks you run through.
Oh, tons of
And
them.
that's your
Like I
biggest
said, I
seller
killed
on
the
broadheads.
biggest buck of my life with a Slick Trick Magnum.
Yep.
It was.
yeah. And there's kind of Slick Trick's it was kind of a weird brand. I've shot Slick Trick for years, and even before the outdoor group purchased them and acquired them, it was kind of a broadhead that was like.
Sorry.
You're right there.
I was like, wow, was that a
It is
yawn or-
11:44.
It is. Yeah. It is. For those of you listening or watching, it is pretty late.
Yeah.
Almost midnight here in Pennsylvania.
But Slick Trick, it's kind of been like that hidden gem broadhead. It was like, it's a broadhead that's 100%. I mean, I'll argue to a point, and I'm a broadhead geek. That meant you want a broadhead that's going to hit behind your pin, it's just Slick Trick. I mean,
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about earlier. We were
Yeah.
talking about heads earlier. Yeah.
It's just one that I've just had so much confidence in, and I've continued to use. So I was super pumped up when I found out the outdoor group was acquiring Slick Trick.
Yeah. So when did so you guys met working for Elite? Ryan, when did you jump into the
I was a
picture
little
here
bit
with these
later in the
guys?
group.
A little bit later.
I'm the newbie. Not really new now. It's almost 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
About 8
not new
years.
at all.
Yeah. Definitely not new at
It
all.
feels like yesterday, but I was definitely the one that was watching what these guys were doing from a side and before and being like, man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then started playing around with the camera, nothing serious, but just following my brothers around and friends and just hanging out and running a camera. It's kind of what I fell in love with. And then had a buddy. I was working for a roofing company at the time, and one of my good buddy's dads worked there, and I still to this day I'm not 100% sure what he did there. But he had an office, and he had a bunch of cameras in there. So I ended up kind of hovering over to his office, and
Black leather couch. in
yeah,
there.
we're not going to go that far into details how I got a camera. But I got a camera. I was going on a duck and goose hunt. I think it was 1920 at the time. I was going to Saskatchewan with some buddies, and expressed some interest in shooting, having a camera in my hand. And he sent me with a camera. He's like, hey, I will take this camera, take some photos, just come back and show me what you took. And came back, showed him all the pictures, and about a week or so later, he's like, just hold on to that camera, just keep on showing me what you take.
Yeah.
All right, deal. Just kept on coming back and showing him what I was working on, and he'd give me tips. And he was a big landscape guy, so it was a little bit different, different than what I was doing. But learned stuff, and at the same time, I knew Larry through my dad. He was friends with my dad, and Larry just started kind of seeding me product. He just kind of, he's like, hey, here's a goose call, here's a duck call, here's a bow. And he's like, just take some photos, show me what you take, and kind of the same deal. And Larry, I'd send him photos every once in a while. He's like, you could change this or do this, and he'd give me tips. And then I was on my way to the Iowa Deer Classic one day, and Larry called, and he's like, hey, you want a job? I was like, yeah. Yeah. He's like, do you want to know how much you want to make or you're going to make? I'm like, no, I don't care. I accept. And ever since then, I've been working with these two guys. And
Nice.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yep.
What now? When you guys said you met for the first time, so like, what positions were you in with Elite when you guys?
So it's funny whenever we both came on. Obviously, it's kind of a different. Respect the Game was kind of built off of a different model than majority of the television shows out there, because the show was produced, owned, everything by the Outdoor Group, and so Paul, with his editing skills and everything he's done in front of and behind the camera, as well as myself, I actually came on, and I was going to work on the sales side as a sales rep, so I did that for a while. And then the owners at the time and the president at the time was like, man, I think we should probably just do a television show too. So we just rolled on with it and started Respect the Game. That's where it all began. Okay. So we did it as kind of to kind of help market the brands as well, but kind of do it in a unique way. And and the show's just evolved over time. And Paul came on board. He was doing all the editing and just producing and stuff. And it's really just evolved from there. And as time has went on, technology has changed. The means of how you're going to get content, out there, distributed throughout to the public. You got YouTube, you got Instagram, Facebook, television, all these ways to get your content out there.
Yeah, it's instantaneous now.
Yeah, exactly.
It used to be.
It's
Yeah, so we've had to adapt, and these two guys and myself, we were kind of just thrown to the wolves to do that, and we kind of took on the challenge and just
rolled with it.
Just rolled with it.
So where'd the name come from? Respect the Game. How'd you come up with that?
Respect the Game came from actually at the very beginning. We were sitting there. I was actually eating pizza. I was eating pizza in New York, and
Dan's he just perked up when you said pizza.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You got meatballs?
So yeah. He goes, man, they got the best meatballs over there.
Can you freeze dry those? And
Yeah. Is there any way you could ship those to me? Literally, we're like, really? Okay. But Respect the Game came from we were out at a sales meeting, kind of the whole sales team and everything was eating pizza, and literally Pete was like, I think we're just going to call it Respect the Game. Respect the Game. I mean, and literally, it was
okay.
And I was like, Respect the Game, huh? And he's like, yeah. And it landed, and that's where it all began. Mm-hmm. But the whole thing with it too is like television and everything was different back then too. Just because it was the whole way companies advertise and everything. It was just 100% different than it is today.
Yeah.
So it was, people were buying that ad that time on television with your show to go advertise. Now, I mean, they can go spend money with Instagram.
Right.
Facebook,
it's changed so much.
We were just kind of talking about. We're talking about 14 years ago.
Yeah.
It's the 14th season.
Yeah.
Well,
We are filming our 14th season this year.
That's incredible in itself to be around with something that long. I mean, it's a legacy. To build that.
Well,
it's a lot of
especially
work.
with the way things have changed, like to still be evolving with it and being such a big part of it still. You see things that, were back then, and then everything has changed and it gets left behind, and
For
you guys
sure.
haven't.
Mm-hmm.
I think the going the route that you guys did with the cinematic approach is probably the best thing that you could have ever done, with the show, because, I can remember, back when Sundays, when all you did was sit there and watch hunting show after hunting show at home.
Sit with
because
coffee
you
in the
didn't have the
morning.
phones and that.
Yeah.
It was like hunting and fishing shows and pro wrestling.
Right, that's it. That's what it was.
Like Dusty Road.
Bob Backlund,
Yeah,
remember them
exactly.
guys?
Some car
you-
races in there.
Yeah, right.
So you sit there and watch that, and my wife would say, she's like, I don't understand how you can watch those shows. It's like the same thing. Somebody's sitting in a tree stand, and then they shot a deer.
Yeah.
Somebody's in a tree stand, and they shot a deer.
It don't matter.
And I was like, well, but I like it. That's what. But then you guys, kind of changed the scene, like you said back then with, whenever you had the original show and before you put Respect the Game together. But it became a storyline then, and I think that's the key to it is you showed, just like the footage we were looking at, earlier that you guys had. You're showing how you got there.
Right.
Yeah.
Getting ready for the hunt,
Yeah.
not just all right. Here we are sitting
Right.
in a tree or sitting in a blind.
That's what keeps people.
Yeah, I think that's what's
Engaged.
engaging.
Yeah.
We tried to take out the interview, the spines as we call them,
Mm-hmm.
because that kind of took people out of the show. We took those out and tried to tell the story with what happened on the hunt, too.
Right.
So that was kind of different than what most people did
Right.
Yeah.
at that time we
Yeah.
started. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely helped.
I think it keeps the program moving,
Yeah.
to a point to where it's like, okay, so it does feel more story like a storyline, because truly it is. I mean, it's an experience. We're fortunate enough to be able to go to some of these places and hunt, and I feel like we're obligated to make sure we share that experience the way that it goes down. Like, I mean, for instance, my turkey hunt this spring. I mean, it's not the pretty. I mean, it's pretty as far as because the birds were acting right, but I did not perform very well.
I don't think any. It's the same with us. Yeah, it's
So
been a rough one.
But we're going to show it. I mean, that's bottom line,
Right.
and that's what kind of keeps it real, because at the end of the day, we're all hunters.
Yeah.
We have, if we have a camera, we're fortunate to have a camera behind it, we document it.
Right.
That's simple. But in those situations, there are tons of other people that if they're in the same situation, the same outcome's going to happen. They're probably going to harvest that deer and have the same opportunity that we were. We're just there to document it.
Right.
So
Try to be relatable.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's like a satisfaction, like from a producer, camera guy, whatever you want to call us, of being able for you to watch the show on TV and know what's going on and know the story without us having to tell you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We
was
don't
great.
have to sit there and tell you, hey, there's a deer coming, or this is going to happen, or this is getting ready to happen. But we're able to tell you that through the way we film it, and what's going on,
Right.
without us having to tell you. It's
Right.
Yeah, that's. So you said 14 seasons now. So do you know exactly how many episodes it's been in 14 seasons?
Golly. How many years ago did we start doing 52 weeks? So, yeah.
5.
Yeah.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause we air 52 weeks on the Sportsman's Channel, and I mean, literally, you can find our show on about any platform that consumes any outdoor television.
I mean, 52 weeks is a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
I'm
Yeah.
It's a
I'm
lot
not
of
telling
work.
you anything you don't know, but I mean,
Yeah.
that's a hell of a lot of content to have to put together.
Yeah, it is, and with social media and stuff now, because now we're teasing episodes. YouTube, Paul's done a great job with our YouTube, getting all of that together with the shorts and creating the RTG Living episodes and all that. And we're just, we're literally constantly trying to get out there and film. Not, like I said, I mean, just to share the experience.
Right.
And not all of them are good. That's the thing. We're not
Yeah.
just going to show deer walking up, throttle him, and here's hero shot.
Right, exactly.
We're going to show crap. We blew that one.
Even the miss.
'Cause
Sunday.
everybody-
I was gonna say, I tend to miss a lot.
What's that, Dan?
That's my job, is to do the miss.
He's good at
We
it.
know.
But that's
We
what,
show, like,
and
a
you've
little-
got to show people that too.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
if
because that is
all
relatable.
people see is successful
Yeah.
successful hunts every single time on television,
That's right.
then they're going to be unsuccessful. They're going to lose the interest. Whereas you see these guys, they do amazing quality videos, but they're unsuccessful. But it keeps people engaged in the game, even.
It's a good thing Larry had 5 arrows in that quiver during turkey season.
That kind of hurt a little bit.
Ouch.
Like, ouch.
Hey, the episode kept getting better and better every
Yeah.
time he missed. It just kept on going.
It was I'll tell you, the thing, though, is you learn. That's part of it. And
Right.
if
What did you learn?
We're all human. What I learned a lot. I should have probably taken my time. I probably should have kept my cool. Probably should have ate a freaking protein bar probably before I went or something. Calm me down a little bit, something. But there's through all those mistakes and showing that stuff. And I mean, we're human. We're just like every other hunter out there. It's just a matter of sometimes you make good decisions, sometimes you make bad ones.
And you never stop learning either.
That's right.
I mean, haven't been in it as long as you or Chris or or Paul. I've been in it. I've started since I was 12. I've been in it for over 20 years now. So it's just I'm still learning shit. Even
every day.
They're going down to the shop, meeting Megan, and working with Chris now, and just learning from Chris, because he's got how many more years above me.
Right.
And we start going to Illinois together, and we have sincere talks about stuff that's happened. You learn from stuff, and you just keep chugging along. I mean, that's what keeps you sucked in too.
Outside of hunting, technology's just changing daily,
yeah,
and it's
for
hard
sure.
to keep up with.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing I think about our group is because it's like we're constantly trying to evolve with new ideas, with new. We may try some things, and people are like, "What is that?" And it's happened actually several times. We're like, "What's that? That piece was a little off or a little weird." But then all of a sudden, you start to see more and more people gravitating to it, more and more people, and then sometimes it's like, "Man, we think it's super super cool," and everybody's like, "Eh." It's all right. And,
kind of like Ryan hanging off the front of your truck.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. Yeah, I mean, turkey hunting have a layout blind though.
Yeah, turkey
Was
hunting.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was.
That has turned out to be pretty cool.
So
Yeah.
so we're going to do stuff outside the box.
Yeah.
We're going to continue to do stuff outside the box, and some of it's going to stick, some of it's not. But we're just going to keep doing it because that's what we want to do, and that's what we like to do.
Right.
How long were you white knuckling on that hood?
I mean, it was a good quarter mile.
Yeah.
I mean, it was long enough to where, I mean, if you saw the whole clip, Larry kept looking at me like, "Are you good? I mean, should I stop?" I mean,
That's funny.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was one I had to explain to the wife. I got a text quite. She's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah,
My job.
It's all in the name of getting the shot.
That's right.
Like, I gotta get the shot.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
So you guys switch it up then. I mean, you all have your opportunities to hunt, and you all have your opportunities to film. That's probably something that's, I would say, unique to some of the shows. I would say, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like a lot of them, they have that camera guy, and then they have that face that's in front, where you guys seem to share those roles, and and everybody understands how the cameras operate and how things go on. So that's pretty cool.
Well, I think most of the team is like, they're uniquely qualified to run a camera no matter what.
Yeah,
like that's all of our main passions. Like we would rather be behind the camera. Like we're
Right.
all pushing each other. Like, no, you go kill something.
Yeah.
Today.
I mean, there's
I
literally
want to
been-
film today.
There's literally been times that I've told Ryan, "Hey, bring your bow." Just goes, "Yeah, let me look at it or whatever, see what's up or whatever. We're gonna go turkey hunting or something." Because he's like, "I mean, okay, I will. I'll leave my boat home just because I'm gonna go film Ryan regardless whether he wants to or not."
right.
So I won't forget my
Strap 'em.
camera gear. I will forget my bow.
Yeah.
I will do it. I'll leave it at home.
Yeah.
My camera gear is number one on
Number
the
one
brain.
priority.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody shows up with their camera, not a bow.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I'd like to say
it's a
that
footage day.
hadn't happened
B-roll footage
That's
day.
a really good encounter.
Bird watching.
You should just film that and be like, "Get your bow." Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. You got yours? No.
So Paul, you started back. What year did you get into?
Oh gosh. I mean, I was an outdoorsman growing up, but then in college I started working for Jimmy Houston, a professional fisherman.
Yeah.
You know him?
Mm-hmm.
I would film him on his boat, fishing his lakes all over the country, but I always wanted to be in the outdoor or the hunting side.
Right.
So finally, he started helping me get gigs, producing hunting shows. So I did a couple of years of Scent Lock, Wildlife Point Blank, Adrenaline Junkies.
Yeah.
I did Extreme Outdoors, Gene Piercy's Outdoors. I mean, I did a
I remember
bunch.
old Gene. That was back in the day.
Yeah.
Dang, dang.
On the
Damn,
Zone
boy.
TV.
showing that gray in your beard.
I know. I was doing a bunch
way
of
back
shows.
I was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Back there.
See, you learn
Hell,
something
that-
every day. Just like I said, you just
See?
keep on learning. Just
Back
keep on
when,
learning.
like you said, VHS tapes or cassette
Yeah.
tapes were big.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're rolling them with a
Yep.
pencil to
Yeah.
get the footage.
Or you don't roll them back far enough and you end up
Right.
overwriting something. It's like, God damn it.
The dang, it sucks.
Yeah. I used to do that with old skateboarding. I was skateboarding. I'd take my good grief, my dad's video camera. He's like, "Did you overwrite that?" I'm like, "Oh, I guess so."
Yeah,
There
we've
goes someone's birthday.
You overwrote your 9th birthday
No one
party.
blowing out the candles.
like happy birthday.
Yeah. Now here's Tony Hawk.
Yeah, exactly.
Tony.
Exactly.
Kickflip.
Yeah.
So with elite archery, I mean,
Pick your mic up a little bit.
oh, I'm sorry.
There you go.
There you go. I'm fixed.
That's good.
So with elite, now you've been shooting elite bows for quite some time. How do you feel that I guess the shootability, and you created the shootability challenge. Where did that stem from? That you guys felt that that was something you wanted to market with elite.
So the shootability challenge was really developed because we were super confident that we built a super comfortable bow for people to shoot. And when you look through the whole industry, everybody has their own niche as far as from bow manufacturing, and every bow company, they make a great bow. I mean, there's no doubt about it. All we were trying to really say was, if you're in the market for a new bow, let Elite be part of that conversation. Shoot it. Go shoot it up against this bow, that bow, and all that bow. You're not going to know if it's the bow for you until you shoot it. And with Elite, with the high let off and being able to hold the bow back, it's built for a bow hunter. I mean, let's just face it, it is built for a bow hunter. Every situation that's going to be a smooth draw, you're going to have that high dwell zone where you can hold the bow back for a period of time. If you want, you're going to be comfortable when you shoot. Because if you're comfortable, you're going to shoot better.
Right.
Because shooting a bow is, being able to do the same thing over and over again, the same exact way. Draw your bow, anchor, make sure everything's the exact same every single shot. Then, theoretically, you're going to have a tight group. Well, we were confident that because the bows are so comfortable to shoot, that people were shooting better. We were seeing it more and more and more as the brand was evolving. So, really, shootability challenge was, man, we're not saying go buy an Elite. What we're saying is, if you're in the market for a new bow, go try one. Try it up against the other bows, because we're pretty confident that we're going to be in the mix at the end of that conversation.
You absolutely are,
And
too.
that's literally what all it is. People can say and think and take a lot out of, hey, go take the shootability challenge, or the term shootability, but Elite coined that term.
Right.
They coined that term shootability. Other bow companies, they do use it now, which is fine, because in our industry, it is now a viable term.
Yeah.
Is that bow super shootable? To you, it may be. To you, it may not be. To me, it may not be.
It's completely personal. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and regardless of who you are, shootability challenge just means, hey, just literally be part of that conversation.
Okay. So when the set technology come out, who was involved with kind of pioneering, that you knew that was a direction you needed to go to make these bows more shootable?
Do you want me to take that? Or you guys want to take it?
You probably know the most about it.
I know the short answer.
I know.
Nathan had a big part of it. But.
All right, so set technology, which means simplified exact tuning. Our engineers and Josh Sidebottom worked for multiple years on figuring out a way. Bowtech has a great system too with what they have, but we came up with a system, and theirs is up in the cam and the axle.
Right. You got to give Nathan Brooks a little credit too.
Yeah, Nathan. Yep, hey, there you go. Yep, Nathan Brooks as well.
Helped him out.
Yeah.
Yep. With
That guy knows. I've had some conversations with Nathan.
Yeah,
He's a wizard.
He's a wizard. Yep.
He is a wizard. There's no doubt about it. And so basically what SET is it allows the limbs to pivot, so you can literally fix it. If you got whatever your grip is, if you got a lot of torque in your grip, if you've got you can literally take it out of it. I don't care literally what broadhead. if I've got a perfectly tuned bow and I can get the fly, and I can get the fly by changing it on the line with set technology, and all you need is an Allen wrench. And it really formulated because the engineers came back, man, we can do this. We can get more travel by being able to pivot the pocket, and that's exactly what it does. So you can make sure everything is lined right down the middle of the riser or the bow, or if you want to tune a little bit inside or tuned outside, your personal preference again. Once again, you can customize the bow to the way that you shoot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even if there's guys out there that have a natural torque.
Right.
You can adjust that to that natural torque with that set technology.
Right. Well, the thing is too is everybody talks about form. Oh man, you got shitty form or whatever on shooting a bow. Well, I can tell you, if I got shitty form and I can keep that shitty form every shot, that's fine. It's just like a baseball player. Every baseball player, yeah, exactly. If every single baseball player stepped into the batter's box the same exact way, you're still going to have shitty hitters. You're still going to have good hitters, right?
Same way with throwing a baseball.
But still, you got guys that are coming in there. Some of them have really good form. Some of them have shitty form, and they're really good hitters. So it's being able to repeat that process, and the same thing over and over again. And yeah, it's super, super important that you continue to having a bow that is adjustable, or a piece of equipment that's adjustable that you can adjust to as personally as you as a shooter, whether you have hand torque like you said, or whether you shoot with a low wrist, high wrist, or maybe you anchor high or low or whatever. But being consistent is key, and the bow will adjust to the way that you shoot.
Well, not only like just the tuning aspect of just adjustment. You alluded to a little bit on the broadhead tuning side. Like so many people back home, it was common knowledge that when you screw on your broadhead, it hit left, and you're like, I gotta change my sight.
Yeah,
you start cranking on your sight, and then my broadheads, and they go over here, and I gotta adjust my sight for my field points. And now it's so easy just to move the set just a little bit, and you see both those gaps just start to come to the same point, impact point
for sure.
And it was just like this head exploding moment for me when I dropped back 50 yards with a fixed blade, and it hit 3 inches left, and you just crank it just a little bit, and boop, it's right there.
Give it a quarter turn, and boom, it's like your field.
Everything's right there together. No changes, no resighting. It's
that, or even if you're kind of running out of room with your rest.
Yeah.
In tuning with your rest, you're kind of out of that space of moving your rest left to right, up and down. You've got that set technology to just broaden that horizon on those adjustments.
For sure.
I know that the first year that come out at the ATA show, I remember in the shooting lanes where your guys were intentionally detuning those bows and handing them to people and saying, here, shoot it and tune it. Yeah. And it didn't matter who they were able to get bullet holes out of those things no matter who touched that bow. Yep. And when we got the first one in the shop, I remember just throwing a whisker biscuit on it and being able to we took a field point with a fletched arrow, a field point with a bare shaft, and a fletched arrow with a fixed broadhead, and got all three of them to hit the same spot out of a whisker biscuit just using that set. That was impressive.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that was something
you can get some stuff tuned that's not supposed to tune.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've done it. I've been like, well, this is not supposed to happen. Like shooting a way under spine arrow.
Yeah, I was just going to say shooting a 250 out of a 70-pound.
Just to try to, just to see what it does. Because we were testing everything. And to tell the story, we were in Nebraska, and there was a new bow coming out, and it had set, and we're in there literally, and we're opening day is the next day, and they're like, hey, we overnighted a bow. And I took my press and everything there, so we were able to set it up. But literally, we paper tuned it with the bow box. We had the bow box. We cut a square out, took wax paper, put it in there. It was totally janked. But it was janky.
But it worked.
Yeah.
But yeah. It worked. I was like, wow. That was like we were like, man, this set is legit. Because we took it from virtually nothing, and then boom, when we set it up, I think it had a little bit of a left tear or right tear, and I mean, made a few adjustments. Broadheads went out and shot at some distance, and when we went out the next evening, I think Ryan shot his biggest buck to date.
Nice.
With Larry's bow.
Yeah, yeah.
It's amazing you can do that.
And it's
Grab
when I was
somebody else's
watching
bow and make that happen.
when I was watching Dean set up my era. You know, I've seen it. You read about it and see the guys adjusting the shop, and I never really kind of actually got to watch it or kind of set it. And when I watched Dean, his tech, he was setting up my era and was talking about it. He's like, dude, this is the best. Like I wish all bows had this.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's like,
I
it's
love
amazing.
my era. That's my favorite
Yeah.
Yeah.
so far.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
it's mine.
The Ritual was a good bow.
Uh-huh.
I love that bow too. But
Oh, there's some great models coming up, but the era, you're right. I mean, the era, being a carbon bow, that literally, I mean, it doesn't look like your traditional carbon bow. It doesn't feel, I mean, it's super dead in the hand, although it's light. You know, I think, what is it, 3.3 pounds, 9 ounces?
Yeah.
And, I mean, it shoots like a dream.
I like that it resembles an aluminum frame bow.
It does.
It
It does.
doesn't have that carbon look to it.
Yep.
You know, it just it has a good look.
Yep, for sure. And you can, and the cool thing about it, too, with you can add weight where you need to add weight. And, you know, to get the bow, if you have an untamed bow, is what I call it, whenever you're at full draw and your pin's just sitting there floating around, you know, all over the place, you have to add weight to try to settle it down.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yep. And so that bow particular, with the way that, you know, the bottom bushings and stuff are, you can literally distribute the weight in the right areas. That's going to make sure you're going to just, as you start adding weight, you'll see it just calm down.
Yeah.
To where when you're
Yeah, I
full
know
draw,
last year in Illinois I had the arrow with me last November. And when we got into camp, I was shooting the bow in. And when I was at full draw, it was pretty windy out.
Oh.
And that thing was it was pushing a little bit, and I didn't have a stabilizer or nothing on the bow. I never really used stabilizers much, but I just threw an 8-inch stabilizer on that thing, and it just become dead like instantly.
Yeah.
It just rock solid. And then now too with the running the 166 Ultras.
Yeah.
I mean that thing is just like laser beams.
Yeah.
I mean it's a heck of a shooting bow.
Yep, for sure. It sure is.
What would be your all-time favorite elite model?
Boy.
Guess
I don't
I'll
know.
ask all you guys that.
Have at.
Man, I don't know.
We'll
I
go
think,
across the table
I
here.
think that Arrow's probably up there. It's a good one. This Ethos, and we get along really well. We do. It's just a forgiving platform. The bow it's like a 33-inch platform bow, but it shoots like a 35-inch bow. And I know a lot of people like short bows and stuff, but which is another thing that I think we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, axle to axle length. Why do bow companies just continue to promote axle to axle length, and the consumer's like, well, if it's 30 inch, oh, that's too short, I won't be able to do it. But it's got a cam the size of a freaking
Dinner
paper,
plate.
yeah, dinner plate on there on both sides. Like, yeah, it's got an axle to axle length of that, but the takeoff of your string. So if you're worried about string angle, say you got a 29-inch draw or 29.5-inch draw, you know, the string angle, if it's the takeoff is, you know, if the overall length is, you know, 35, or, you know, if it's a 28-inch bow and it's 32 inches overall length,
Because of the cams, yeah.
exactly, you know, your string angle is not going to be as harsh as what it would be. So, so with the Ethos, you know, all of the specs, draw force curve, charts, string angle, everything is the exact same with the Ethos and the Energy 35. And the Energy 35 was a very, very popular bow. Kind of put Elite on the map, really. And literally that bow has the exact same string angle as an Energy 35, being 33 inches axles. So.
Did he ever answer the question?
Not really. Which one was your favorite?
What favorite elite?
It's tough.
I
got
talked about
three.
the Ethos for 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So
I think we're
I'm
going.
gonna say
David,
Ethos.
I'm saying Ethos.
There you go.
I'm saying
It's
Ethos.
on the table.
take the shorter version of that, but I was a huge E35 fan. Longer draw. I like the longer axle.
Okay, too long.
But yeah. But it was the Remedy for a while was
Yeah.
that was
Yeah, it
my
was a good
jam. That was it. But
Well, that
the
boat was
Ethos, even though the Ethos is an inch axle shorter than what the Remedy was, it's by far my favorite so far.
Okay.
It shoots so well.
All right. On to Paul.
Well,
Yeah,
bigs.
I was a huge fan of the Elite Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what year that was.
That's,
That was way back.
2012.
I was going to say that's back. Or
And then I was a huge fan of the Ritual 30.
yeah, I did like that
Killed a
bow.
lot with that.
That was your bow.
Probably helped.
I should have hung on to that. I think you guys sent a dealer one out that was blue. And I
That was a cure.
That was a cure.
or that was that was the
Yeah,
cure.
that was Cure.
Which one was the one that was like a fluorescent greenish yellow? And
Yeah, that was the Ritual 30.
Yep.
I should have kept. I had one of them too,
Mm-hmm.
and I had somebody talk me into selling it to them. I should have never done that.
It's not even, they'll just be like, oh, that's a cool bow. And you're like, oh, I'll sell it to you.
Right.
It's not
Yeah.
even
It's
talking
not bolted
about it.
down.
Yeah.
That's it. Money
So
talks.
I sold my first bow I ever got from Elite that Larry sent me was my E35, and I sold it, and I regret it
Yeah.
ever since. I should have never got rid of that bow.
I've saved a lot of my older bows and just hung them up. And
Mhm.
It's like I've killed too much with this. I'm hanging
Yeah,
this up. I
basement
can't
is
sell this
slowly
thing.
just
Well, that's like
deer and
Larry-
Deer and bows, old
Oh,
deer and old bows.
If Larry ever gets rid of his Encore, I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna be mad about it. It's not even my bow. I'm gonna be mad about it.
I
I had a
that's
banner
really
year
good
with
stuff.
that thing.
Yeah, I say you kill a lot of animals with that.
Yeah, I did.
Megan, what's your favorite bow?
I don't know. No, I love my Allure. I mean, it's the only bow that I've shot, but I like that I couldn't tell you if I anchor high, I anchor low, if I have torque. I have no freaking clue. I know that I consistently do the exact same thing, but from the second I've drawn that back, I've been, I think, pretty good at shooting it.
Yes.
So, and I have really no clue what I'm doing. It's just you two telling me, try this, change that, do this a little different. And that bow's been just dead on the whole time.
Yeah, the one thing's
so.
nice about I think about that Allure is, I mean, it's a flagship. It's not like you just threw a women's bow out there
No,
that's
right.
like a cheap,
For sure.
you know,
If it came out
entry-level
drawing,
bow. I
I'd
mean,
shoot it. I told them
Well, Larry and I were talking about it earlier. It's like, I'd hunt with it.
yeah.
Yeah. I was like, in a second, Paul
I would
like,
hunt with it for sure.
Yeah.
If they would send me one, I would hunt.
I guess we
Bar
skipped
mine.
over that. But so what's your favorite one then? You were
Mine
going
is
over-
the Era right
Is
now.
it the
yeah.
Era?
There,
Yeah. That's me
I
too.
thoroughly enjoy mine.
Yeah.
I love that thing.
It's so fun to shoot.
The stabilizers that I had on my old bow, then I moved over to that Era.
Yeah.
Oh, night and day. Like I thought they had that bow stabilized. I put them on that.
Yeah.
Holy cow! I can hold that thing for just days, and it just rests.
Yeah.
And then it always sits. You know, you get that target panic, and then it sits at top. It's like, God damn it! I want to put another ounce on the front to bring it down.
If it's freezing
Nope.
out, your hand doesn't get cold. It's so
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
You live in Oklahoma. It doesn't get cold.
But
Yeah,
it wouldn't
exactly,
get cold
exactly.
if it was.
Oh my God. It's 50 degrees. I better put some gloves on.
You guys got a parka?
Parka to break it out.
Oh man. So Ryan, you seem to be a mastermind behind the camera there. I mean, a lot of cool footage put out there. Where's I know you talked earlier about where it started for you, but that was the beginning. Where, like now, I mean, it's an art. Like, oh, we got somebody walking in. Oh, it's Mr. Dan.
Mr. Dan Murphy, striker drop king.
Here at camp, so you got people everywhere.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
Yeah.
but where did the passion now come from? Like, where the vision, I guess, is what I'm looking for. That you always seem, even the footage we were looking at earlier, just like I said,
Him eating his
at
donut.
the donut shop.
Larry's sitting there eating a donut.
Right.
You made it look like as professional as you could possibly.
No, I'm damn good at eating donuts.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm just
You better
that good
film
at
this.
eating donuts.
Yeah, we got a professional donut eater. We got a
But, I mean-
professional donut eater.
I mean, yeah.
No, it's just, I guess you just, try to look at stuff through a different lens. Just try to tell the story wherever you're at. We had no intentions of going to that donut shop and filming anything. We were just kind of hanging out, and then I look like a creeper filming through a window as they're trying to pick out donuts, and you got Larry over there telling Paul on what an old-fashioned donut is.
Yeah.
I mean,
With my hood up.
yeah.
With my hood up.
What you didn't see was the first few photos I took of him looking like he's got his hood up, looking through the window, looking at me. Like, what are you doing out there standing next to the highway?
Oh, it was so raunchy.
He seems to know his
Imagine the
pastries
people
because
driving by.
I learned
It's on
from
the,
him
it's
last
on the
time.
damn highway. I mean,
It
literally,
is.
it's
It
like,
is right on the
like
highway.
the highway is like, I'm like, literally semis and everything going down. It's like, oh,
You better get off the road quick
yeah.
when you're
Oh,
pulling
yeah.
in.
Oh, yeah. And I think every semi that comes by knows what a Jake brake is, and they use every single one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
It's-
going to say, you definitely know your pastries because I learned from you what a cake pop was. I had no idea.
Someone spent some time at Starbucks over there.
I'll tell you what, I
In
didn't
them
get this
cake
body
pops.
by not eating. I can tell you that.
Built by King Boss.
Exactly.
A lot of the ideas though, they come from like we bounce ideas off each other
Yeah.
constantly. Me and Larry and Paul were always texting back and forth, and we see something or our thread through Instagram of sending stuff to each other like, hey, look at this, or look what this person's doing. Look, and we look outside the industry most of the time. I mean, because honestly, I mean, the rest of you look at Hollywood, any of that stuff, they're 5-6 years ahead of what anyone's doing and what we're doing. So you look at what they're doing, you get ideas, try to bring some of that stuff into
Right.
what we're doing, and just tell a story, be creative, try to catch someone's eye, and I think we do a good job as a team.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a team, bringing those ideas to life, because I mean it is a big collective between all of us. So, I've got you give me credit for some of it, but a lot of it, like Paul, he's been doing this longer than I have. He knows his way around a camera and how to edit this stuff. So a lot of stuff I lean on him on how to do some of the things, and same as Larry. Larry's in front of the camera a lot. Dude knows how to run a camera. Don't let him fool you. he can run a camera. So
Oh, that's
Now,
good.
do you guys spend any time self-filming?
I do a lot.
Paul
Yeah,
does
Paul-
more.
Both of them live in
Paul's
live in
like
Missouri.
Paul.
so-
Paul is a Paul. If you're gonna self-film, I would definitely be looking at Paul Biggs' stuff because he's
Nobody wants to film me.
You got no friends?
nah. He's just
he lives
he's
too
just
far
really,
away.
He's really good at taking the time to get those creative shots and literally everything you need to make it fit within not only just our show, but it's something that us as a team really appreciate because that's tough. That is very tough. I'm not just capturing the hump, but if you are successful, I mean, imagine taking hero pictures by yourself.
That's hard
Yeah.
to do.
And stuff. It's tough to do. So having a creative mind, number one, just to be able to get that stuff set up and staged up to be able to go. I mean, it's a feat, man, and it's tough to do. And I don't care what anybody says. Paul's probably the best in the business at it.
I just realized Todd's been talking all weekend about your pictures at the tailgate of you, biceps sticking out, and I don't think he realized that you were taking those two by yourself.
Thanks for bringing that up.
All
Myself again. Taking pictures
I
of
mean,
myself.
all the
you got
photos
these guys
that
here, and you're still taking pictures by
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
he's bragging about
Yeah.
those photos that you took.
Yeah.
And he doesn't realize that you were taking them yourself.
No idea.
A little remote on the side.
Yeah, the self-filming stuff's hard. I mean, I know I big that buck I killed in Ohio. I self-filmed that, and I mean, in my mind, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at this deer, and I'm like, this is an absolute monster, and I don't know if I'm going to make this happen. And it was just so hard to have that camera and having, and at the time I didn't know how big he was, but turned out to be a 180-plus inch deer staring me down when I'm trying to get two different cameras ready and get the bow ready and try to get that shot off. I mean, that's that wore me out. I mean, for you to be able to do that 14,
It seems like every year we try to make it harder on ourselves too. We're
Right.
going to our DSLRs, and
Yeah.
you have to manually zoom those with both hands now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
It's
been
asking for
running
punishment.
three cameras now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, because you got to get
Might
those
as well start
different
shooting a trad bow now.
Yeah. Just add to it.
Can't mount a GoPro to a trad bow.
Challenge
You can
accepted.
mount a-
Oh, yes, you can. Oh,
Just don't put it on the limb.
Old C-clamp. Old C-clamp will get it done.
We'll see.
That old C-clamp, I mean, that technology is something.
What's that circular dent on the top of your limb from?
Exactly.
So what's on the horizon for Respect the Game? Anything?
Man, we're gonna keep doing what we do, and we're gonna keep continuing to up the bar, and try new things. And literally, it's up to everyone as a viewer to kind of tell us what they want. I mean, hey, you think this is cool or not? Like, because literally, we want to do it. We're going to be creative regardless. We're going to go out there and we're going to try new things regardless. But we also want to, produce stuff that people like,
Right.
not just us, because content is subjective. It's subjective. Some people may like this piece or that piece a little bit better than the other. Just like, from the photography side, I don't know how many times I've worked with partners, and I'll send them a folder of photos, and I'll have some picked up in my head, like, oh man, these are freaking pretty badass. And then they come back and then they'll pick any of the ones you picked. It's like, oh damn it.
Yeah. Put a lot of time into that.
I was like, oh, damn it, I didn't really like that one. So, but that's what they like. So
Yeah.
it's like, but as for RTG, Respect the Game, we're just going to keep freaking, trying to up the bar and make sure we're doing something different. We're making sure we're trying to stay fresh, not with how we're doing stuff, the type of hunts. We're gonna hunt outside the box. We're gonna film outside the box. We're gonna just continue to do new things.
Hopefully, we draw tags.
Yeah.
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 Worst case scenario, just film donut commercials.
Hey, I've got that figured out.
Probably pays pretty good.
Yeah.
I know. I'm ready for that next gig.
Do you have anything you guys have anything locked in for this upcoming season? As of right now?
June 1st. I don't know when this podcast is going to roll out, but I might be in Canada when it does. But Manitoba, and then we didn't fare very well on draws. Ryan just found out he drew a Kansas tag, so we got that rolling.
Sweet.
So,
Nice.
but man, it's
Camera guy's gonna be in front of the camera.
That's right.
That's a scary time.
Yeah, we've had some good times out there.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Larry's gonna be pushing me. Pushing me.
Poor Paul will be out there filming himself again.
Yeah. I'll be
Yep.
in Kansas too.
Yeah. Good.
So we'll hunt our home states, of course, but
Yep.
there's we can do have the bear hunt, and like I said, our draw results.
If someone wants to donate an elk
exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
if you're
Anybody
listening,
out there listening?
we're open.
Call.
Yeah.
I can film some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, you can. I'll write you a referral letter.
But and to that, like the elk hunts, man, they're getting harder and harder to come by. I mean,
They are.
That's
the
why
elk
we
hunts-
booked. And I was like, I'm not waiting any longer.
Yeah, they are expensive. It's just harder and harder to come by, regardless of what state you're going to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are
It
headed
is.
elk hunting this year?
Colorado.
Next year.
Colorado? Okay.
Yeah, next year,
Next year?
2025.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I was just talking with Kyle Hansen from Outdoors International. I got hooked up with them through Mike Watkins and Eleanor. Yeah, what's her name? Esther. Esther. That's
Mike
right.
and Esther.
Yeah. Oh, Mike. Because my father and I went out and hunted with Mike and Esther. Got pronghorn out there, and I emailed Mike this winter because I've been talking with her back and forth, and it's like, man, it's just getting harder. You just read about it. You talk to guys out at the Harrisburg show. Emailed Mike, and he hooked me up with Kyle with Outdoors International, and Kyle and I just kind of hit it off, talking about just what we were looking for, where we wanted to go, having the interest in going as a non-hunter, and he just pointed us. He's like, I got the guy, check him out. We're going with Rocky Mountain Outfitters of Colorado, and she's stoked. We've
I'm so
talked to them.
excited.
It's yeah.
I cannot
yeah,
wait.
So.
Over-the-counter unit, I'm assuming, probably.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did a preference point this year,
Yeah. Okay.
and then that way that'll get me into the second rifle season out there. I'm taking a rifle out
Okay.
um,
That's awesome.
for our first time going out. Increase the odds there a little bit. And
Yeah.
then after that, start chasing after one with an elite in my hand.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah.
So, but that's kind of the goal here. And
I'm just waiting for you to draw another New Mexico tag so I can go
We'll
with
keep
you.
trying.
Right.
that's what
That's where I want to go.
and that's what
Mexico elk.
I talked to Kyle about that too, and he's like, "Hey, we can try." So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's our first time heading out there.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
I think we're
Yes.
keeping him awake over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe he's
This
still
is,
awake.
yeah.
This is
I'm
very rare.
It's got to be some kind of record.
I didn't have my watch on. I'm still mad that he's awake.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You want to hear one of the best sounds in the world?
Oh,
Oh, my.
That's it right there.
that's it. Don't spill it on yourself. Don't spill it.
What do you
And
think
this
over
one
there,
got
producer?
this old Hale Town's got a little citrusy action.
Well, when you got
Which-
to
yeah, which
Salem,
one is
yeah,
that?
it's
Salem.
good. Mhm.
Is it?
Salem's good.
Oh, witch hunt.
You can. I haven't had a bad beer from
No,
Helltown
I
Brewery.
haven't.
Throw some rocks.
Giving them a free plug here.
All right.
Yeah, Helltown Brewery.
All right. All right. All right.
Yeah, I got some
Man, I have
So-
a hard time. It's not like being like.
So we
What are
were
you drinking, Hilltown?
Helltown.
Yeah.
So we were talking outside. We were kind of talking about broadheads a little bit. You started talking about Slick Trick, and I have that interest in that torch. And you guys were really giving it high praises on that torch broadhead. I mean, Ryan, you showed me some pictures of your test shots
Yes.
with that torch, and that
We-
thing looks pretty stout.
We were Slick Trick's worst critic when
Yeah.
they first gave them to us. Me and Larry tried to destroy them. We failed.
Yeah.
Yep.
They performed beautifully.
I would have been
they
100%
really did.
wrong. Yeah.
We were so, I mean, when they sent them to us secretly, we were behind the scenes like, nope, we're not mechanical fans. We're not doing it. We're gonna break these. We're gonna figure out something wrong with them. Try to make them not work. We couldn't.
That's great.
They were tough. They performed. It was short track jobs. Biggest marketing thing. I'm colorblind as all get out.
We were talking about that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't
to
see
the
it.
point to where he's like, he'll send Paul and I stuff, and Paul will be like, dude, that's purple.
No, it's blue. And like, I'm not kidding. When I say I'm colorblind, it is bad. It is bad. It's amazing I can do anything with a camera, to be honest.
So
And-
go ahead, sorry.
And no, and the first deer I shot, I mean, it was a carpet, straight downhill, 80 yards. Deer was piled up, and that was the first time I didn't have to look for blood. It was up trees, like you hear those stories of like it's halfway up trees and all over this, and I could walk with confidence. I didn't have to stop and look at nothing. I'm like, hey Larry, it's up there. Like
Yeah,
I'm
literally,
looking
I was-
ahead of
I was
myself.
behind
I'm
the
not like
camera.
wiping
I was behind the
stuff, like,
camera.
oh,
and we're
there's
just walking.
some.
I'm like, what is he doing right now? Because he's just walking. I'm like, what is he doing? Because he's like
tracking this deer?
He's like, we got to find blood. You know, because I can't see shit. so, but he's just walking. I'm like, okay, I guess we'll go this way. And so I'm just. When he's like, oh, there he is. I'm like, dang. And then
Yeah, no kidding. Like, if you could imagine, you guys probably would have known exactly where everything was going from the get-go. You could have seen it from 20 yards, and I'm like, okay, it's right here. It's right here. It's right here. Larry's filming like, yeah, no, duh. It's right.
He's seeing twice as much
Yeah.
as you are.
It really was. Like, and from the first year that I filmed Larry shooting with, like, the first prototype one back home in Missouri when we were in Knox County,
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, it was impressive from the get-go. I mean, broadheads they're tough. That titanium tip just keeps driving. I mean, it really it's been impressive.
yeah, we went through. There was 3 renditions of that head.
Oh, okay.
All through the prototype phase, just continuously getting better and better. But some of the key features of it is it's a 2-inch cutting diameter, single bevel, so single bevel offset. So basically, what that means is you're going to have a bevel on this side and bevel on this side. That's going to inhibit rotation. So when the blades do deploy after it enters a carcass, It's going to go in, but it's going to continue to rotate.
And they lock.
And there's an awesome video we posted on Slick Trick with Small Town, like when Keith shot his Ohio buck, where you can see where the entrance hole went into the heart one way, and when it came out the backside of the heart, it was turned another way.
Still rotating.
And it was the same thing. You know, you could see with the shoulder that he hit, it was, you know, you could see the broadheads just rotating all the way through.
Yep. And like Paul just mentioned, one of the key features too is the blades lock open. So once it's deployed, those blades are locked open. So people talk about pass-throughs and all that stuff. Well, to me, dead is dead.
Yeah.
You know, if dead is dead, whether you pass through or don't pass through. All I know is this: the shit that I've shot with a torch has been deader than shit. How about that?
Deader than shit.
Deader than shit.
Deader than shit.
They literally just freaking die. They die.
Well, they don't get very far.
Because that blade, no, they don't. And literally, the blade's blocking open. If it goes through, and say it sticks in the opposite shoulder, every step, every bound, every movement that deer makes or that animal makes, it's got an open 2-inch open blade with 2 sharp edges on it, moving and cutting up inside of them. Versus one that doesn't lock, where the blades can shift and bounce around stuff. Basically just move around, fold back into the ferrule, or one blade move in up. Ain't like that with a torch. They're both open. So every time it moves, boom, it's just cutting, cutting, and cutting. And it does cause a massive wound channel. For sure.
That's good.
So that's what you use
shooting
pretty much all the time.
That's what we've kind of gravitated to. I mean, every Slick Trick head, and I'll tell you right now, Slick Trick is one of those heads that it's like, I can make any broadhead look like a
special
main
guest.
box. Yeah. Man, his beard is on point too.
Did you comb that?
Dan's still up.
Yeah. So, with that being said, Slick Trick, going back to what we were talking about, testing broadheads, I mean, let's just face it, there's a lot of ways you can manipulate what a broadhead does by shooting it in ballistic gel, by, shooting it through a car hood. Me personally, I'm not going to shoot through a car hood to shoot a deer.
No.
Not intentionally.
And like the guys that do it through metal barrels.
I'm probably not going to shoot a center block. And ballistic gel, let's face it, it's gel, right? So I can manipulate that by cold temperatures, hot temperatures, right? So if I truly,
you can walk in front of it. Dan.
If
It's
I
all right.
truly,
it's fine.
Don't fall.
That's all right. We're unscripted, man.
If I truly wanted to, if I truly wanted to make a broadhead look good, I could.
Right.
Bottom line, holy.
Oh, jeez, Dan.
All right there, buddy.
He gone. He down. He gone. Hey, Gone. Gonzo.
You never know what's going to happen at turkey camp.
No.
That's a fact. He's like, I just busted my knee. I'm going to go to the toilet.
The unfortunate part is there was no camera turned in that direction.
No, there wasn't.
You missed.
That was your payback for the Closed Eye Outfitters post.
Yeah. Yeah.
Old Closed Eye Outfitters. Did he tell you had people message him? Wanting to book with him?
I did.
He had guys messaging him.
Wanted to book a hunt.
Really?
Yeah. I told him I don't book them. I said, you got to call Dan Young. He books the hunts for me.
Yeah.
Oh, what a guy. How long have we been going here so far?
Well, we're only an hour and 12 minutes in.
We won't keep these guys too late.
We got like 8 hours or like 102 hours to go.
133 hours to go.
All right, we're good.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
See y'all in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Guess we'll mix this all up some ignites.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh, man. We'll throw a mountain. That Ignite, Megan and I live off.
Yeah.
In the
it's
mornings.
good, isn't it?
Every single day.
And it's not like I was a big coffee drinker. And now it's like I started moving into the Ignite in the mornings. And I have one of like a 32-ounce Nalgene bottle, and I'll throw like a scoop and a half in it do with water, and I'm sipping on it throughout the day. I get like a little bit low. I fill that back up with water. That way I maintain that taste the whole way through. It's just like they broadcast. They brain fart. It's like just what they say like on the
energy and
on the
focus.
good
I feel like we're
grief.
playing
Sounds
charades
good.
right now.
This Helltown. This Helltown's getting me on the can. We'll call it a can.
I told you, man.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's right on the can. It's like it's the
can
energy, it's
tell.
the focus, and the concentration. It's like it's there. You know, it's
You obviously ain't on it right now.
yeah. I'm not on it right now.
Lost your focus.
I'm on Helltown. I'm on beer. I'm on a New England IPA.
Exactly right.
Not much focus in there.
No.
I'm
But no,
with you on that one.
Yeah, right. It is good stuff, man. Ryan's been drinking for probably longer than any of our crew, and then I've kind of got hooked on it as well.
Yeah,
Does a great job for sure.
I got into it when I started going to TAC, Total Archery Challenge, and then that's when they were passing out the mix packs, and they were just passing it out at the registration booth, and I'm like, it was the tiger's blood.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, was that good? You dump it in your water bottle, and we're drinking it the whole way through. I'm like, man, I could do this shoot like 2 more times.
I don't know why.
Yeah. Why can't I hold steady?
It's like, man.
That's the Yeti.
Yeah.
That's the Yeti that'll get you going on that.
Uh-huh.
Good night there, Dan.
Night, Dan.
Good luck in the morning.
Oh, but that's good shit. So we were talking about the Viper trick for her.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting that slick trick Viper trick.
I'm telling you, the Viper trick. I've had a lot of success with the Viper trick. Just that it's a fixed head, kind of cut on contact design, so it's really any archer, I would say. If you like fixed heads and that's what you choose to shoot, Viper trick would be a great choice.
The only thing stopping that thing is the dirt.
That's exactly right.
There you go.
It just wants
Another
to keep
quote on the back of a package.
it.
Yeah.
It just wants
Colorblind
to
guys can
Yeah,
approved.
Even the colorblind can track a deer with it.
yeah, right.
I like the Magnum. I'm a fan
Yep.
of the slick trick
Yeah.
Magnum.
I got a couple
That's
doe with a Magnum.
that's the thing. I'm telling you, man. It's you want to talk about a sharp head?
Yeah.
Any of those slick trick fix heads are like, it's ridiculously sharp.
I don't know why we don't put Band-Aids in the
Yeah.
packages.
We
for
did.
it, but-
Remember that ATA show when we passed out? We were passing out Band-Aids with slick trick because it was. They are sharp and they fly great. Like I said,
Yeah.
you want broadhead that's going to hit behind your pin. You're going to be confident in shooting and man, that's exactly what it is. They fly great.
We did real well at the shop with Raptor tricks.
Oh, yeah.
We were selling a ton of those.
And yep, Raptor trick. Paul, go ahead
That
and
was
take
my
this.
favorite one until the torch came along. Until
Yeah.
you guys convinced me to shoot.
Paul's a skeptic. He doesn't like to change nothing, which I
Hey, if
I
something
get it.
works,
I'm with
Right,
it.
I get
stick
it.
Yeah.
with it, you know?
Heck
So,
yeah.
Right, no doubt about it.
Viper trick for elk, Raptor trick for whitetail. You know? And now
Now it's torch for
Viper trick
whitetail.
for elk and torch for everything else.
and the main reason for that, like I'd shoot. I would not hesitate to screw on a Raptor trick and go shoot deer with it 1 iota. But the Raptor trick is designed. It's going to fly great. It's a single bevel offset as well, and it is going to. It's a slimmer design. It's all steel, and it's going to kill the shit out of them. But
Dead is dead.
But that is. But what I'm telling you is
Deader than shit.
it's deader than shit. They gonna be deader than shit. But what I will say is this: is a lot of people think that you should be able to use these mechanical broadheads over and over and over again. That's horseshit. If the animal's dead right there, the broadhead did its job, regardless.
Right.
So if you got a bent blade, don't cry about it. You're going home. You get with a deer in the back of your truck.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
Yep, I'm the same way. Yep.
I get it. Yeah, they're what are they, $40 a pack or whatever. But that's the price of bow hunting.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think I've never reused a broadhead.
I've never.
Well, it's I got that
Ever.
shadow box I showed you guys pictures of.
Yeah.
Like every time I shoot shoot something, I take that broadhead retired.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get to, you get to
I
go
will
on display.
Yeah.
I've
Now we'll
killed
tell you this
several
on the
things with
torch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same torch. Yeah.
Yeah. On the torch, Keith Burgess from Small Town
Mm-hmm.
shot 9 animals with the same head.
Just replace
That's
the blades.
No.
No.
Really?
Same.
Holy
Nothing
cow!
Just kept firing.
Just kept firing. He's like, I go, well, I mean, where you going to kill? He goes, I'm on fire.
Just
I can't up with another one.
He was
on.
in Mexico. He just kept picking up just knocking it again. Boom! Just send it again.
Just send it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well, I think he
Yeah.
got back from Mexico, and you guys went to. That was when you went to Ohio, or was it the other way around? The broadhead he shot his Ohio buck was
that's what it was. Yeah, that's
he
the
knocked it again and started shooting stuff in Mexico with it.
First,
wow.
I mean, that's impressive.
yeah, it really is. I mean,
Well, again, the torch is tough.
That is
It is a tough
impressive.
hit.
Because you pull other mechanicals out of the ground, and you're like, that one shot. I mean, you're expecting it to be shot.
Right.
But for someone to kill 9 different deer with the same exact broadhead and didn't even replace the blades,
right,
that's unheard of.
Yeah.
it
Now,
is. It's. I mean, say what you want, but I mean, people can think, okay, a broadhead looks good and all this stuff and all that, but I'm telling you from experience, that torch is a tough son of a bitch. It's tough.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
good.
with the outdoor group, do you have the same group of engineers working on all the different product lines, or do you have your group of guys that understand the elite bows, and then you got guys that understand the slick trick, and guys that understand the Scott releases?
There's a little bit of both of that, really. I mean, there's a couple guys that just focus on Scott because there's a lot of moving parts sometimes in a lot of those back tension style releases and how things function and operate and adjustments and all that. Bows are the same, but they get input from the other engineers as well. Then we have some of the engineers they will kind of multitask between brands and products and such. But yeah, a great group of guys are super knowledgeable, hunters as well, and just super passionate about making sure they're designing, and so we can produce premium products.
Now, so how far in advance do those guys know what's going to be new before they let you in on the secrets?
Are you getting ready to ask what's coming out in 2025?
You haven't had enough.
Sounds like it.
You
Sounds
haven't
like
had
a gateway
enough
to it.
right there.
I'm about ready for
You
it.
haven't
now.
I was like,
enough to tell me.
I kind of feel like this is where this is going.
No, I wouldn't do that. No, I just was curious, because we all know that you
Yeah.
guys, you
Yeah.
get to know what's coming out before it comes out. I mean, you have to. I mean,
To be honest with you, there is a lot of things that we don't even know that they're working on. Like they could be working on stuff 2 to 3 years out that they're either because of technology, material changes, and everything else, they kind of keep in their back pocket
yeah,
until they see if this material, whatever, or do the testing that they want. But like bows and stuff like that, there's a point in time where I felt like we could be quicker and stuff, but we've caught up to that. Our engineers are good. I mean, the TOG engineers are they are very, very good at what they do. We've got some new stuff coming here soon, I can tell you that.
yeah.
And we're pretty pumped up about it.
Wow.
I'm looking forward to it.
And it's new.
It's new.
And it's
It's
new.
coming.
And it's new. And it's
new
coming.
and it's coming. Can't tell you a date. I don't
Coming
know
soon.
when it's coming,
Yeah,
but it's coming.
soon.
And it'll be new.
Yeah, it'll be new.
Coming soon. Something new.
I know one of them, which I won't say, and I'm excited. So I
Mhm.
can't wait to get that
Yeah.
come in my direction.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
think
And the Ultra brand, you mentioned that earlier
Yeah.
that with the arrows you're shooting. I mean, that brand's just, man, let's just face it, it was a lot bigger than what we suspected it was going to be. Daniel Karcher and the crew, up there, they did a great job, because it was a 3-year project, putting getting a good sound arrow, manufactured the way that we wanted to have it manufactured.
You wouldn't believe the amount of arrows they trashed.
Yeah.
Trying
sure.
to make
Just
sure
to
they got
come up with the right
Yeah.
one.
Rightfully so.
3
yeah.
years. I mean, think literally, and that was their only job, was making sure it was built right. So, and with the introduction of Ultra into the market, it was received super well. And being you have a brand new brand, it's tough to forecast. It's frustrating for the consumer, and they totally get that. I mean, I would be too, because the arrows are hard to get right now. They're
Right.
They truly are. And part of that is because it's so tough to forecast a clean sheet of brand out there. You don't know what you're going to sell.
Right.
So they pretty much sold 3 times what the projection was within the first 3 months, and that was for the year. So it's so that part of it's been challenging. But what I will say is, it's been great to see the brand evolve. And it's just evolving a lot quicker than what was expected. And they're working hard to try to fix that issue, make sure that arrows and stuff are getting out the doors. But and they are. They're slowly starting to get caught up, which is a good thing. But the brand is freaking, it's hotter than donut grease right now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Grease on them donuts again.
At the
isn't it?
shop, we've been seeing a lot. I feel like there's been a big shift recently.
There has been.
Like, that's what's going out the door right now from like when I've been there.
Yeah, they, and rightfully so. I mean, like I said, I've been shooting a 166, and man, it shoots lights out.
It's a
I
really,
like.
really good arrow.
I mean, the components fit nice.
Yeah.
And there's
When I was doing
no
that,
play or slop in them. I mean,
I was doing that dozen for that girl that came in and bought that bow. She got those dozen Ultra
Yeah.
arrows, and I was fletching them and putting those inserts in. I'm like, this is
Yeah,
nice. These are nice components in these
Yeah.
for these arrows.
Yeah, and that, just being able to, literally, that's another thing that you can customize as well as those. I mean, if you want to add weight to the front, you can, whether you've already have your arrow built or not, you can still do it. They make a tool. You can put your weight in there, screw weight in from the back. If you need to add some more weight up front, you can do that. Like, literally, you can customize the arrow that you want to shoot. It's literally that simple. But
yeah,
but-
they're impressive.
But the brand has really taken off. It's going well. There's definitely a lot of buzz about it.
Yeah, you're going through them at the shop.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, they're flying out.
Yeah.
Literally flying out. The arrows
They
are
are.
flying out the shop.
But it's getting late
We're
here,
on them
so I don't
dad
want to
jokes.
keep
But,
you guys too late. But, it is almost 1 a.m. and
Yeah.
Oh,
going to be up in
Is
a
it?
couple
You
hours.
guys going up? You guys,
Hopefully
yeah, you're going
killing
out,
turkeys.
going back out.
Killing some
Morning.
turkeys more. Yeah, so you're here. This is what, tomorrow will be your 3rd day
Yes.
in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
And you
Third
have
day.
had some encounters.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah. We've had some
Some
encounters.
stuff
We've
you'll
had
be able to put
for
out there,
sure,
content
for
you
sure.
got coming out. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
Donut shop content.
good.
Donut shop content.
That's right.
That's what people are going to start coming to YouTube for.
The donut chef.
Donut reviews.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make that a part every time you go somewhere. You got to find a donut
Where's
shop.
the
That's
donut?
true.
I mean, Paul didn't even know what old fashioned was.
No.
No?
Old-fashioned donut, huh?
Yeah, that's what I said.
That was your
Yeah.
tag.
I still don't
Yeah.
know what it is.
He didn't explain it. He just went, What is an old fashioned?
And I didn't get to try one.
Old fashioned is bourbon? What? Old fashioned? A drink? A drink? Old fashioned donut?
Oh man. Well, hey, we greatly appreciate you guys coming on with us. I know, it was a busy week for you guys here coming in and getting in here and just hunting and the meet and greet you had earlier today, and
It was a great event.
so for you to take some time out this late in the evening to sit down with us, we really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Guys. We
yeah,
do.
thank you very much.
We appreciate
Yeah,
you guys having us
appreciate
on and everything y'all are doing as well. I mean, we this whole event here, with Rupert's and Todd and stuff, it's been great. They've been a great partner of ours, and obviously with you all as well. So it's cool to have that, that synergy.
bond,
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
That synergy
Yeah,
together
yeah.
with a brand. So. So yeah, we appreciate you, having us on. for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
No, we
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Absolutely. We definitely want to get together with you guys again. I'm sure we
I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
say
for
we'll have
sure.
to do it again when it's not 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, for sure. But,
We'll see where they're at in the world when we're heading out to Illinois or when we're heading
Yeah.
out to Colorado. I mean, we drive it all. See where
Get
you
on a
guys are
hunt
at.
together. That'd be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be a blast.
We'd
That'd be
definitely
cool.
like to line that up sometime.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, we need to do it.
Be an
Well,
absolute
hey, good
blast.
luck tomorrow morning.
Good luck
Hopefully
tomorrow
you guys
morning.
get something.
Whoop,
Yeah.
whoop, whoop.
Ryan's raising the roof, man.
He's ready
It's
to
pretty
roll.
close.
He's ready to do it. Yeah, he can touch this one.
So,
All right. Well, hey, everybody out there listening and watching, thank you. We appreciate you guys. Appreciate everyone following along. And
Yep. we got to hit the
let these
closer.
guys, yeah, we got to.
We got to hit the closer
Yeah,
quick. I
we
know you
do.
guys have been on a lot of hunts. If you got to go. Yeah, I know. I don't got that button.
We'll have to get that.
Yeah, I know. You always ask what your dream hunt is. We've been on a lot of hunts. But what's the dream hunt? We'll go all
Go ahead
three
and
of you.
start. Paul, you
Okay.
can start.
Man, I want to hunt. Larry's actually been there. I want to hunt stag in Argentina. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me?
Yeah.
You're next, buddy.
Oh, yeah. I just want to probably an elk. Or an elk with my bow.
Absolutely.
That'd probably be the one. Or I don't know, caribou. Caribou would be pretty cool.
That
That'd
yeah.
be real cool.
I've been seeing all the pictures. Donovan Triple H out there in Kansas. He goes and guides out there in Greenland for those. That looks like an absolute blast. And I think especially because seeing from behind the camera what I could do. I don't
Yeah.
even know if I want to have a bow in my hand. I just want to go up there and take pictures. To be
Film
honest.
the action. Film it
I
happen.
just
Yeah.
want to go take pictures of it.
That'd be a
out
lot
there.
Yeah.
cheaper to just go take
Right,
pictures.
yeah.
of it.
Yeah, you don't got to buy a
You
tag.
just put me in a suitcase and give me a camera.
Yep.
For me, I'd probably say I'd say moose of some sort. Anyway, I filmed some moose hunts, in the past, several of them, and it's definitely a fun hunt. But I think moose would probably be mine.
Absolutely.
That'd be cool.
That's kind of what I'm teetering. I'm still on the elk, the archery elk, but I think an archery moose would be because I have relatives that live up in Maine, and I've seen moose up there, and it's just like, holy
Yeah.
cow.
Yeah, for sure.
They're freaking huge.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm still on that Cape Buffalo with a bow.
yeah.
That's what I'd love to do.
Get them a 90-pound era.
Well,
Whoops.
If I had a
No,
chance,
I'm
I'd
kidding.
do it.
Lady, did you go?
I haven't killed anything yet, so I still need to
So
get
you
an
don't have
animal.
She just wants to kill something.
Come on.
anything.
What's
I would like to get an elk.
Yeah.
I think they're super cool, so that would be that's my current dream hunt. But I have to actually get something first to even be able to get,
Everybody
get
got to
that
start
far.
somewhere.
Happen.
That's right.
that's right. You got to start somewhere. That's
Yep.
exactly right.
Yep. All right, guys. Again,
thank you.
appreciate the time.
Again,
Appreciate
good luck
everything.
In the morning.
Awesome. Yep.
Yeah. We'll let you guys get some sleep.
Get some sleep and then have a safe trip back home.
We'll look
Thank
forward
you.
to some.
Appreciate it.
Don't forget the striker drops.
Yep.
Yep.
Boom.
Done. I got submissions from Murph
Yeah.
and Freddie. Put a little video together. So I need more. I
There
need
you
striker drops.
Deal.
There you go.
Deal.
Need some striker drops. Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, and last but not least, hey, Todd, Rupert, thank you.
Yeah.
For
Yep.
letting
Yep.
us put
Yep.
this together here, bringing
Yep.
these guys in and letting us spend some time with them. So
Mhm.
really appreciate that. So,
Mhm.
all right,
Great.
guys, thanks for
All right,
listening
everybody.
and watching.
Thank
Take care.
you.
We'll
Thank
see
you
guys.
again.
Thank you.
Bye.